Hello my dear students and welcome to today's class. As you can see on your screen, the topic which I am going to deal with is components of food. Okay, children, what is food? Food is khana, okay, and all the living organisms, be it me, be it you, be it animals, even the plants, everyone needs food to carry out the day-to-day activity. Food gives us energy through which we can do what all activity we are supposed to do. Okay, so let's start the chapter now. All living beings need food to survive. It provides them energy to sustain. Without food, we cannot live, because if we are not going to eat food, we won't be getting energy to carry out all our activities. Okay, such components for foods are called nutrients. There are 5 essential nutrients. First is carbohydrates, fats, proteins, minerals and vitamins. These nutrients are important for proper growth and maintenance of the body. In this chapter, we will learn about these nutrients and the food items that provide them. So let's start. The first topic is carbohydrates. Okay. Although food has 7 components: carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals, water and fiber. Okay, we are going to study first is carbohydrates. Carbohydrates provide us energy. The energy enables us to do our daily work. Cereals, that is wheat and rice, fruits, honey, etc. are all sources of carbohydrates. Carbohydrates provide us energy, okay, which is required to do all the activities of the day. Okay, now carbohydrates are of 2 types. That is simple carbohydrate, if I say sugar, and starch, that is complex carbohydrate. Main sources of sugar are fruits such as apple, pear, orange, mango, milk, honey, sugarcane, from which we get table sugar, cakes and pies, etc. Main sources of starch are wheat, rice, potato, bread, corn, banana, oats, rye, peas, etc. Okay, so the carbohydrate, the food which have lot of carbohydrates, I have named them all, and these products when they are consumed by our body are broken into simpler form called glucose. Okay, and the glucose is readily absorbed by our body. The food which we are eating, it has to be broken down. It cannot be consumed by the body like that only. First, the food which goes inside a mouth and in the stomach and all, with the help of different juices, the food is broken down, and when it is broken down, the simple food, okay, it is absorbed by our body. Fine. Now children, okay, we'll talk about proteins now. Muscles and organs are made up of cells. Our body is made up of all cells. Proteins repair the worn out tissues, damaged tissues, as during an injury of a body, with new ones. They provide raw materials for formation of new cells. Proteins are therefore essential for proper growth and maintenance of our body. Both animals and plants provide protein-rich food. Where do we get the protein-rich food? We get the protein-rich food either from the plant or by the products of the animals. Like we take fish. Okay, if I talk about fish, from the plants we get cereals, pulses and all. These are the different sources of proteins. Proteins they are providing in the repair of the cells. Okay, now proper rich food from plants. Pulses, soya bean and other beans, that is nut, grams and peas, are good sources of proteins. Some pulses have more protein than others. For example, black gram, that is urad, and green gram, that is moong. Their black gram, that is chana, and lentil, that is masoor. Protein rich food from animals. If I talk about proteins rich food from plants, I talk about different types of dals. Okay, and if I talk about protein from animals, that is we get protein from meat, eggs, fish, milk and milk products. Okay, now moving to the next one. Okay, We'll talk about fats. First, I have spoken about carbohydrates. Carbohydrate, what they did? They provided us energy. Protein, what they did? They help in the repair of our torn out tissues. Now we'll talk about fats. Okay. Fats provide us energy like carbohydrates. Fat-rich foods are meat, butter, ghee, vegetable oil, mustard oil, cheese nuts, coconut oil, etc. Where do we get the fats from? From the different types of oils, okay, like butter, ghee, vegetable oil. The amount of energy provided by fat is much more than that provided by equal amount of carbohydrates. The energy which we get from fat is more as compared to the energy which is provided by carbohydrates. Some fats are in liquid form at room temperature and are called unsaturated fats. For example, olive oil, peanut oil, corn oil, etc. While others which are in solid form at room temperature are called saturated fats. For example, butter, fat present in meat, cheese and eggs. Okay. If I talk about the fats which are liquid at room temperature, those are known as saturated one, and if I say the fats which are solid at room temperature, then those fats are known as, if I talk about fats which are in solid form at room temperature, they are known as unsaturated. Liquid है तो unsaturated होगा, solid है तो it would be saturated. So the fats which are liquid at room temperature are known as saturated one, and the fats which are solid at room temperature are known as unsaturated fats. Fine. Now this activity you can just go through them. There is nothing much to explain in this one. Now the fourth is vitamins. I have told you about carbohydrates, I told you about proteins, I told you about fats, and the fourth one is vitamins. Now vitamins or vitamins, it can be vitamins also and it can be vitamins also. You can pronounce in the either way you want. Okay. Vitamins or vitamins are nutrients required by body in small amount but are essential for its proper functioning, for normal growth and development as well as maintenance of the body. They are required for healthy gums, teeth, bones and eyes. There are 13 vitamins A, B, B1, B2, B3, B4, B5, B6, B7, B9 and B12. C, D, E and K. So how many vitamins are there total? There are 13 in number. That is A, B, B1, B1 से लेकर B9 तक, and B12, then vitamin C, vitamin D and vitamin E and K. Vitamins are of two types, fat soluble and water soluble vitamins. Again, as proteins, fats I told you about saturated and saturated, same way vitamins also there are of two types again. One is fat soluble and the other one is water soluble. These vitamins are stored in the fat cells of a body. Whenever our body needs these vitamins, they are absorbed by other cells. Vitamin A, D, E and K are fat soluble vitamins, and whereas water soluble mineral vitamins are, they easily dissolve in water and are easily excreted from the body. Thus we need to be more cautious and maintain a proper intake of these vitamins. Water soluble vitamins are vitamin B and vitamin C only. Out of all these 13, only 2 vitamins are water soluble, that is vitamin B and vitamin C. Okay. Now you can just have a look on this table. The vitamin they have mentioned, the name of the vitamin is there, the source is there, and what is the function. Vitamin A, if I talk about, is necessary for healthy vision. Vitamin B1 for healthy metabolism. Vitamin B2 healthy metabolism, skin and your vision. Okay. Then B3 again healthy metabolism, nervous system, digestive system. This is all you can just go through. Different vitamins have been mentioned over here, the sources and what is the function of all these vitamins. Okay. You can just go through it. Okay. Now moving to the next one. We'll talk about minerals now. Okay. Minerals. Minerals are required in small amount but are essential for proper growth and maintenance. As I told you about vitamins, they are required but in very small quantity. Same is the case with minerals also. They are required but in small quantity. Okay, and they are required for proper growth and maintenance of a body. Minerals keep our body healthy. They are required for proper functioning of muscles and nerves, formation and coagulation of blood, and for building bones and teeth. Example of minerals required by our body are calcium, phosphorus, sodium, iron and potassium. Okay. Now, minerals are often called mineral salts. This is because our body utilizes these minerals in the form of their salts and not as pure element. We do not consume these minerals in their pure form, but we consume in their salt form. That is why minerals are also called as mineral salts. Now, minerals are of two types based on the requirement of the body. First is macro and the second one is micro. Macro. The minerals required body in a large amount is known as macro. But if I talk about micro, they are required body by in a small amount. If I give you an example of macro mineral, it is sodium, potassium, calcium and magnesium. Whereas micro mineral, these minerals are also essential for a body but they are required in smaller amounts, that is small amounts in that of macro minerals. For example, iodine, copper, zinc and iron. Okay. Now again this table is there in which they have named the mineral, they have shown the functioning and what are the sources. If I talk about sodium, it helps in proper functioning of muscles and nerves. If I talk about chloride, helps in proper digestion of food. If I talk about potassium, helps in proper functioning of muscles. So different minerals are there, their function and the sources has been given in this table. You can just go through it. Okay. Now, they have in the upper table it's all macro and in the lower table it's micro minerals which are required. Okay. Now moving to the next one. Water is very important, children. It is a very important component of food. Okay. Water is essential for sustenance of life. About 75% of a body is made up of water. Whatever, suppose if I have my weight is, suppose it's 100 kg. If I give you an example, just a rough idea, my weight is 100. 75% of my body is made up of water. Okay. One can survive without food for a few days, but not without water. You cannot survive. For food, you can survive for few days, but without water, very soon you would die. Water serves many important functions in the body. Some of them are as follows. It maintains the health of every cell in the body. It helps in absorbing nutrients from food and transport food to different cells in the body. It transports the blood. It controls and regulates body temperature. It lubricates the joints. It helps in removal of toxic from body through sweating and in other forms. We should drink at least 2 to 3 liters of water, 2 to 3 liters of water per day. Most of the body requirement of water is met by drinking water. Some food also provide us with water. Example of such food are tomatoes, melons and other fresh fruits and vegetables. Okay. Tea, milk, juice and coffee also provide water to the body. Okay. Now we'll talk about the last component, that is roughage. Okay. Okay. Roughage is the part of food which cannot be digested by our body. It cannot be digested. Such food materials do not provide any nutrient to our